told myself I'd get out today. So that's what I'm doing. It's just freaking cold. You know, living in a city, it's so fun because, you know, sometimes you turn down a street and it's like a freaking wind tunnel. Just, God. Just gonna try and get some shots off at the river. Like my nose is on fire. I'm just like so mentally drained. I think it's because I edited like 3 videos today, but I feel like it's like harder than a 9 to 5 because a 9 to 5 is like you're just mindlessly doing things, the same things that you've done yesterday, just different new things. But like with creating, you have to think about literally every single detail, you know, and how it represents your brand and like what you do and you know, the story and just the shots and everything. Like it's just like it's a lot harder than a regular 9 to 5, I feel like.
Texture, it feels like a snake.
Writing down some parks somewhere I want to go to, possibly in the summer. All right, so you want to begin to dabble in a little bit of filmmaking. Where do you start? What do you get? There's so many choices and camera bodies and lenses and microphones and tripods and all this and that and the other. And here's what I recommend starting with if you are a beginner filmmaker. A lot of my videos were filmed with a single point and shoot. And this point and shoot, you could see yourself in it, you can angle it downwards, have it kind of stand on something. This was the ultimate camera that I always brought with me every single trip, and it has not missed a trip since the day I got this camera. This is a Canon G7X Mark II. I thoroughly believe that this is the best point and shoot on the market to this day. The reason why I believe that this is the best camera to get as a beginner is because it starts you off on the basics. You got a zoom lens, which is always good for beginners, and you've got a built-in ND filter. You have all kinds of different modes, including manual mode and different kinds of aperture priority modes, filming mode, lots of modes to dabble in with the film. And you can change your aperture and your shutter speed and everything like that, all in this compact point and shoot camera. The other logic behind this is back when I started like vlogging and things, like once I got this big camera, I was so scared to bring this big camera out because it would attract so much attention. So if you want to really lay low and stay low key, I really do think that a point and shoot is your best bet. In terms of if you're scared to vlog, if you're not wanting people to look at you or, you know, anything like that, I do think that getting a point and shoot is, again, your best bet. This is like a 20.2 megapixel sensor. I use this every time when I post on Instagram. This is just my camera that I go to for pictures, for grainy black and whites, for literally everything. This is what I use. I can't say enough about this Canon G7X Mark II, but it's just the best camera, and honestly, I think I will always have one on me or with me when I go on an adventure. And the next thing that I think can really up your storytelling is action cameras. I recently just got this Insta360 Go 3S, and then I obviously have my old GoPro. So these are action cameras that I think you should go with if you are a beginner, mostly because of the simplicity of it and the wide angle. You can get a lot, you can capture a lot, and you can do a lot of things with these. You can get really creative angles with something like this, and also with this Insta360 you can see yourself, which is always a good thing. The more movable the screen is, the better, so that you can see what you're framing up. Another thing that I solely recommend if you are starting as a filmmaker or even just like a YouTuber in general, I strongly believe that you should get a tripod. I went out on an adventure today. I used this tripod. This tripod, you want to know where I got it? I got it at the thrift store. You want to know how much this is? $3. And I'm gonna tell you what, the thing doesn't even tilt this way, so that when you have your camera on the tripod, you can't even like turn it this way so that it points. It literally is just here and it sits there, and then you can spread it out and it only goes up to like my waist. But the thing is that this is aluminum and it's lightweight, and it gets the shot, okay? It does the job. It gets the shots that I need it to, so get a tripod. And it doesn't matter if it's $3 at the thrift store. You ain't gotta tell anybody that. But for the sake of this video, I did anyways. Tripod, definitely use it. Definitely makes your filmmaking go to the next level, especially if you're doing it solo. I do think that it's helpful to have one of these. Along with your camera, I think that spare batteries are something that you really need to have, and you cannot go without. I think spare batteries are so smart when it comes to filmmaking, because obviously you need extra power if you're going out on an adventure or traveling or whatever. Extra power is always the best. So once you buy your camera, get extra batteries on Amazon. Trust me, it's just worth it to have extra batteries. I recommend, as a first-time filmmaker, is a little camera bag. I recommend this because of so many reasons. One, this could be a tripod. You could literally just set your camera on top of this and you could shoot yourself or whatever. This is like a low standing tripod, okay? Third, it protects your gear. That's kind of what it's for. Make sure you're protecting your gear. Don't throw it in, your school backpack or your work backpack with like shoes and stuff. Protect your gear. You bought it for a reason. Protect it, please. Please. I've seen so many like trashed cameras over the year. I can't. Just protect your gear. But yeah, so those are, I think, the essentials that, you know, I think every starting filmmaker should have. A point and shoot, an action camera, a tripod, and definitely a protective case, a bag, a camera bag, whatever for it, so that you can keep things fresh. Now, the last and final thing I will say to have is a light. Having a light is super, 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 super important, because if your camera isn't good in low light, you're not gonna get any good footage. So always have a light. I like this one, I got off of Amazon. It has a little thing where you can slide it on top of like a DSLR camera. Otherwise, it could screw into a tripod like that. A light is so good to have because if you're going out on adventures, if you're doing something at night, it's always good to have a light so that you can see what you're filming, you know, you can see yourself, whatever the object is. So a light is definitely something that you need as a filmmaker starting. Lighting is such key. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed some of those tips. If you did, leave a comment down below. What do you have for filmmaking gear? What do you think you would change about this setup? And my Patreon page is down below if you want to support. I post a lot of good stuff on there. Peace out, enjoy life, and live it up.